Israel employs cameras and facial recognition technology such as Blue Wolf to monitor Palestinians in the West Bank. This is widely known by international communities, and it includes capturing photos of Palestinians, including children and the elderly, for a database. It includes face scanning cameras as a part of a wider surveillance network. Next, we have the use of drones and spyware. Drones are also employed for tear gas and attacks on millions of Palestinian civilians, causing high anxiety rates amongst Palestinian people. Israel also uses powerful spyware like Pegasus to spy on the Palestinian smartphones, so that if they find anything that is against genocide and calling for people to stop killing Palestinians, they can and will arrest Palestinian people. Next, we have the employment of collaborators. So Israel uses collaborators for spying and inciting conflict amongst Palestinians. It's often done under coercion, involving the threats of violent imprisonment or blackmail. So it's not usually people willing to be informants, it's people who are being blackmailed and threatening to have their family killed. Next, we have monitoring of social media, which I mentioned earlier. So Palestinian social media activities are closely monitored, with arrests for posts that encourage resistance. So this is where freedom of speech is non-existent, and this is where journalists like Bisan and Mota are really endangered. Their only way of broadcasting what's happening to them and the genocide and the brutality that's taking place to the outside world is social media. And as you know, the IDF loves launching propaganda campaigns and loves putting out propaganda media. So when Palestinians try to counter that propaganda that's being put out with the actual reality of what's occurring in their real-time social media footage, they are subject to arrests. Many tech companies that are involved in Israel are pressured to censor pro-Palestinian content, and leading to account suspension and content restriction that is directly stopping the truth from getting out. Next, we have biometric ID cards and movement control. So Palestinians are required to carry color-coded Israeli-issue ID cards, which impact their freedom of movement and residency rights. A direct war crime. And the population registry that I mentioned earlier, which is their database, is used to control these movements. Next, we have the physical obstacles for movement, which is the fact that Palestine is an open air prison. So we have walls, military checkpoints, and other obstacles that limit Palestinian movement within the West Bank. There's also a huge network of Israeli-only highways within the West Bank that further restricts movement. And you can really think of it like what has happened in South Africa apartheid, with segregation and whites only areas. I am calling on whoever sees this, whoever watching this, please help us free Palestine. Your voice matters. A simple post, a simple protest at your wherever you see your politicians out and about, because they should not have rest. They are public servants and they have not served the public inception of the government, I'd say. But yeah, we can't let this happen, and we have to unite.